Na ikaisha hivyo. So here we are. There's a trip to Netherlands.
Oh
what
my God, the story continues.
Yes, what are we going to do? So I remember this was now going, obviously, so September, we've had the meeting. October, November, December, and you're.
Okay, hold on. So after the meeting, are you or Sema still talking? Are you still Sema?
I remember meeting with Kevin a few times after that. What's that place called? Is it Dancing Spoon? It's called Dancing Spoon.
Above 20th century.
Yes, that one. Yeah. So we'd go there and have some wines, nini. And I think after that is when he opened up to me quite a bit, and I got to know of some inside info in the group that I was in. You know? Yeah, so we would talk mara moja. Anyway, so here is us going into Christmas, and Mr. Man, Bishop Agreteke, whoever, wants us to go to Netherlands. Remember that visa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did get the visa?
Yes, we did. So here we are.
This just hold on, Sana. I know I'm Huku interfering, but I need to ask this. So you've left on Homeboys a few months before that, maybe even let's say 2 months before that.
Yeah.
You've never gone back to Homeboys from that day. Not. I'm not talking about now. At that time, it's not. It was a cut. It was a cord being cut.
Yeah, it just ended.
However, the cord wasn't cut between the three of you, Asema.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Even into 2005, because in 2005 we went to Tanzania to perform.
Okay.
And it was Wakilisha, Sema, and Blue 3. That was in 2005. I remember that.
Okay.
And it was a big show. I don't even know who was organizing that stuff for us, but we went. Okay, so come back. This is 2004, going into Christmas. Now the guy is telling us we need to go to the Netherlands for a week. I think it was going on the 26th. Yes, on the 26th, and coming back like January 10th or something. So Kina Pam start calling. Pam calls, Kevin calls, Bishop Akerekete, he calls. Me, I'm just like, my guy, I'm not going anywhere. I am not going on that trip. I will not completely disrespect, even though we've cut ties with Homeboys. This does not sound like a very safe thing to do. We don't know this guy. Where is he from? What does he do? How do we know for real that these mamas are being rehabilitated? Ama wanaenda kufanya nini huko? Kwa nini wanafundishwa tu kuongea kizungu na kumodel? Hapana. Teach them something else, you know? Fine, teach them English to communicate, but teach them something else. Why modeling? Kwa nini only that one ya show off the body? So
this
yeah,
is insane. How old are you?
2004, I had just turned 19. Remember, I turned 19 4 days before we left for SA.
Yeah.
So this is still 2004, but I told you, mimi kama wazazi hawako ndani ya box, siwezi kufanya.
Siendi pahali.
Hapana, it ain't fun. I mean, there are those two vices that you can get away with, and you're just like, Daddy doesn't have to know. But this, flying to a completely foreign country, again, note that South Africa is the first country I've gone to without my folks, and it was terrifying. Now you want me to go to the Netherlands till January 10th. Alafu na mimi nimezoea Christmas na wazazi. No thanks. So anyway, so this went on. The calls were back and forth for a while. And then I remember this one time, and I don't know why I feel like my mom wasn't around. She was in Costo. And my dad was endlessly watching news. What is so fascinating about this news? I don't understand. Yani, those ones of local news in Asia. Let's go to Al Jazeera. Let's go to CNN. So he sat there for a really long time. And that night I got a call from that bishop guy. And we spoke. It was about maybe 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or something. Because I got up to pick the call, something that I do not do these days. And we spoke. And then I got out of my room and I went to my dad and we sat down. And I told him this is what he has said. He started with, Mommy, any man who calls you at this time and is not your spouse has a problem. What is a man doing calling you at 1 o'clock to talk biashara? That thing was cancelled right there. So it was a no. I just said, guys, you guys can go. Enjoy. feel free.
I ain't going no.
Do my part when you are there. And they did. They left. And they went and they performed. Because there was also this Kaka thing where he was saying that he'll shop for us. Nguo. Wakaenda na wakarudi. And I know this because in 2005, there was a show that Pinye had put together, I think for the beat. And we performed at that one. Did we perform at that one or did I perform? There was a story with a jean jacket that I really liked that Pam had, and she said she bought it in the Netherlands.
So, but you're telling me you did a gig in 2005. So they went and they didn't come and tell you we went and this is how it was?
No. See, I think there was conversation like that, but does it matter? See, Meisha, simulienda mkarudi.
Yeah.
Is fine. Because even if you tell me how good it was, you'll not convince me to go again, like at the next time. Story
that
blackout.
guy is out.
Yeah. And the thing is, with this guy, there was a double spread that was done on him in the Pulse, where he had been exposed.
Sex trafficking.
Something like that. But the thing is, he didn't buy those houses. He was only renting. Even the car that picked me up with that driver was a very beaten down car. So he did not invest like that in this country. It was busted, pack and leave. Yeah. So I do know that that Pam and Kevin went on to perform in his band after that. And Kevin would, in those moments where we would sit down with Kevin or meet up with Kevin, he would give me a few stories.
Horror stories.
Not very good ones. Not very good ones.
Okay. I'm shocked. I actually didn't know this was the craziness of why Summer broke up. I'm glad to hear it from in
the horse's mouth. It's okay. I will not be insulted.
And I say that because you hear rumors.
Yeah.
So what I feel like you've sort of done is state fact from your perspective. Do you get what I mean? And I can't argue with it. It's what you've told me. Anyway, so 2005. You're no longer in, are you still in Summer?
So, no.
Let's go on now.
The group has broken up, okay? We're not at a meeting now to do music together. I think Pam went on to try and record as an individual.
I recorded a song with Pam.
Yeah? Nice. How come we've never had it? Or is it me who's never had it? You didn't release it. What happened?
No, I released it. It just didn't get the airplay that was necessary.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
Because it was a good song.
It was very.
Yeah, let's leave it at that. So 2005, hanging dry. I was so used to being in a group where everything was shared. Writing was shared, performance was shared, recording was shared. Interviews, everything was done as a group. So here you are, you're not in school, and wenzako wamekupita, so wanakaribia kwenda second year, and you're not singing. So what are you doing? It was a very difficult, confusing time, because I now didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. Going back to school was a bit tricky for many reasons. And doing this on my own, I didn't have the expertise to do it on my own. I didn't know how to write a full song by myself. I was terrified of performing. Like I told you, Patricia Mira cried when I opened up because we were three of us. When it's how you just throwing me in the deep end like that to be solo, So stayed for a while. And then that show came up, the one to perform in Tanzania, all Popstars. They were reuniting Popstars, and I really cannot remember the details of who reached out to us. It might have been one of the other Popstars in the other countries, saying that this is what is being put together. Are you guys interested in? So we performed 2 nights. The stadium was packed.
Whoa!
I cannot remember which stadium it was, but it was packed.
Tanzania.
Those guys support local content. Like it, I don't know. I remember we went for sound check, and I was like, what is wrong with these people? Who is going to fill this? It was big. that ground was big, and let me tell you, we could not see the end. it was packed. But we performed and it went absolutely well. Spent our 2, 3, maybe 4 days in TZ. And we came back and everyone went their separate ways. It was a money-making venture. We needed to make money. Because here you are now, you've been left high and dry. You're not in school, you're not singing, you're not performing, you're not making money. What are you doing? So the show came and we went. Can't remember how much we made. Probably being paid 20K. I don't know. But yeah, so that's 2005. And I'm trying to see. By the time I did my first collabo as a solo artist, which was Kwaheri with Jua Kali, I was already working at Kiss.
What?
Yes, because I joined Kiss in 2006. Was it 2006? For my probation. I did probation till about maybe November, December.
And the first radio station that you ever worked at was Kiss?
No, the first radio station I worked at was Capital. Yeah. No, I was just trying to remember now from No Music with Sema, the next song was Kwaheri, and that happened at the time when I started working at Kiss. So yeah, so high and dry, nothing to do, and then I happened to go for the interview for QZ magazine. Do you remember QZ?
Yep, very well.
By Capital.
Yep.
So
Wanja. Remember Wanja?
Wanja, right. So I'd been called to go do the interview and be on the cover. And so this interview was happening at Londra House. So nimefika, nimeambiwa, okay, so let's go here. We started doing the interview. And then the late Kirubi himself, you know, he likes to do his rounds. He pops his head into every room that's there. And so he popped his head in and he said hello. And he said, you come see me after you are done. Please note, I'd already met Kirubi. Because when Sema was unveiled, no, not the stage way. He had jumped onto the chairs with us because it was such a crowd, people could not see us. So we had to stand like on chairs for photos. And so I'd already met him. So he said, come see me after your interview. And I was like, okay, sawa. So we maliza the interview, I'm trying to sneak out. This chick. I don't know why. Why I didn't want to have that meet, I don't know. I just wanted to sneak out and go. So he caught me. I was going to the door from his office. Sanaipei, come here. So I go in. You know, he had this thing of pulling your hand with him. Sit here. So we talked for a bit, and then he asked me whether I'd ever thought about getting onto radio. It's not something I'd ever considered. Pharmacy. That's all that was in my head. Pharmacy. And of course, at this time, I'm thinking maybe it would be best to try and find a way to go back to school. So yeah. So I told him no, never thought about it. Then he called Eve D'Souza.
No way.
He called her and he said, you know, Eve D'Souza's show is uko jioni.
It's not homework.
It's like from 7. So obviously, she's not at work. He calls her and he says, I want you to train this girl. Me, I'm like, my guy, we've not even agreed. We've not agreed on any. I did not agree on anything with Kirubi. He just said, he will train you. And that's how it started.
You are joking.
I swear, no paperwork, nothing. He just said, Eve will train you. It's like, okay.